This is ILTV on the hour, bringing you the biggest stories from Israel and the Middle East in just 5 minutes. It's 7 a.m. in New York and 2 p.m. in Israel, and today is day 613 of the war. Let's get into it. We begin this hour's headlines with the new images from the Israel Foreign Ministry put on X just a few hours ago, showing 22-year-old Greta Thunberg sitting on the plane, being deported back to Sweden. Thunberg will have a layover in France before arriving back to her home country after she was arrested alongside 11 other social media activists for trying to break Israel's legal and strict maritime blockade on the Gaza Strip by sailing to the enclave with a boat. Nicknamed the Selfie Yacht by Israel, their days-long journey from Sicily was ended by Israeli forces when they were detained in the water. The so-called activists claimed they were kidnapped in a completely insensitive move, as 55 hostages who were brutally kidnapped by Hamas 20 months ago are still in captivity. The group was given food and water by forces and was then detained on Monday following several warnings by the Israelis. Their boat was then towed to the Ashdod port, where they were then met by police. All 12 social media activists were deported back home. And for the first time since the beginning of the war, the IDF confirmed that the Israeli Navy attacked the Iranian-backed Houthis at one of their ports in Yemen. The IDF said the strikes were conducted in response to repeated missile and UAV attacks on Israeli territory, and said that the port is being used to transfer weapons and to exploit civilian infrastructure in order to advance terrorist activities. Ahead of the strike, the IDF issued advanced warnings to the population in the area in order to mitigate the risk of harm to civilians. And the IDF also confirms a rocket was launched from the northern part of the Gaza Strip this morning towards southern Israel, and it was successfully intercepted. And the family of hostage and soldier Matan Angrest approves the full publication of their son being kidnapped on October 7th. The gruesome and shocking video shows the soldier being torn from his tank and thrown into a mob of people while he was defending the border that day. His family's decision, all while talks for a hostage and ceasefire deal remain deadlocked. The video shows the then 19-year-old unconscious and pulled from his tank near Nachalos and thrown into a mob of dozens of people who continued to beat him surrounding the tank. Nearly all of the people participating were in plain clothes, as you can see in this video. His family also authorized the release of audio that shows him being anxious inside of the tank leading up to that ambush. The release of the video by his family comes on the backdrop of deadlocked talks with Hamas and Israel after Hamas released comments to U.S. envoy Steve Witkoff's proposal, Witkoff saying it was, quote, unacceptable. Meanwhile, U.S. President Donald Trump spoke with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu Monday evening. At the top of the agenda, the Islamic Republic of Iran and the ongoing nuclear talks between Washington and Tehran. Trump reiterated his desire for a diplomatic agreement to curtail the Iranian nuclear program and said that the Iranians were great negotiators, according to reports. The president added that the United States will wait until Thursday, when a meeting between the two sides is expected to take place. Meanwhile, in terms of Gaza, President Trump said that Iran is somehow involved in these hostage negotiations and added that Trump himself wants to see the return of the hostages, but that was all he could say on the topic at the moment. Trump's comment came as a surprise amid the ongoing conversations to broker a deal with Hamas to get the remaining 55 hostages out. And Argentinian President Javier Milei is officially in Israel and makes his first stop to the Kotel in Jerusalem. As bystanders congregated around him singing songs and cheering, the president, who has openly showed solidarity for the state of Israel, said on Thursday his, quote, support for Israel comes from the heart. President Milei is known for his support of the Jewish state and even studies with Jewish scholars. He is scheduled to meet with Prime Minister Netanyahu and address Knesset during his short trip here. And that is ILTV on the hour. That is a wrap for right now. We are live from Israel and the Middle East every hour on the hour. We're the only English news delivering live